everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Claire Point podcast with me, Randy Prizzle. Yes, you can see I'm all in black today. Back to black like Amy Winehouse, the song and all of that. You go back to I go back to black, all of that. Yeah, generally got a headache. Generally not feeling really in the mood, but this has got to get done, and obviously I need to get it done because obviously the predictions need to come before tomorrow's game and all the above and that. But I should have a game that should obviously lift my spirit and everything like that. So, what's on the podcast for today's episode? 5-second rule, my advice, FA Cup, we'll get into the results of that. Kevin De Bruyne leaving Man City. Premier League, roundup predictions, the Arsenal ladies going to the final, touch on that too. Champions League predictions, as well as Eubank versus Benn, and we'll touch on the Europa League as well. So all that to come in the podcast. So let's not get onto anything and start waffling on. Let's get straight into it. 5-second rule, let's go. Let's get this counter out and let's get counteracting. Hopefully, as I said, this time I'm not doing it for what's its name. It's just strictly for bants now. I'm not doing it just to flipping eat stuff and no. Fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that. Straight up. Alright. Let's go. Get a bunch of cards here and I'm just gonna flip them over. We'll have about three or four turns. Got a lot to get through. So the first one, I'm gonna turn it and we're gonna find out what it is. Okay, let's go. Name 3 things you shouldn't... I can't even see what that says. Okay, this is already an L. Let's move on to the next one. Name 3 things you need a magnifying glass to see. A micro penis, ant, I couldn't think. That's an L on that one. Oh well. Let's move on to the next one. Name 3 things more boring than a bad musical. That gal leaves. It's boring to look at, isn't it? Leaves. But again, I failed on that one, so it is what it is. Next one. It's not going well for me, is it? But it is what it is. So, name your fuck, marry, kill for your friend group. Okay. Obviously marry Christina, kill John, Seb and all of that. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. I just clocked the question. I don't have another female in my group. This is a bit peaky, still like the blinders. Yeah. Anyways, next one. I failed on that one too, so this will be the last one. Name 3 things that are inevitable in life. Death, taxes, sex. I think they're inevitable. You know, you get sex in life when you... death, obviously it's coming, you know, not to be morbid, I'm wearing black as well, but you know, it's round the door, isn't it? For some people who are very much older, like myself. Yeah, I'm getting to those 40s era, aren't I? So it's getting peaky. Very peaky indeed. But that's it. That's the game. It wasn't really the best, was it? But you know, hopefully it entertained you guys, and that me, it was meh. It is what it is. But yeah, cool. All right, we're going to move forward now to my advice. So the first piece of advice I've got: I have sent my nudes to hundreds of guys behind my boyfriend's back. Sorry, looking peaky. Do you know what I mean? But let's get into more deets of what this person is saying. I love my boyfriend. I absolutely do. He takes care of me, pampers me, and for the most part, we have an amazing sex life. He's very vanilla. Damn. And has a hard time communicating what he's into. But other than that, he's absolutely amazing in bed. Okay, but let's keep moving on. I'm the exact opposite. I think talking about one's sexual desires is an important part to lead a fulfilling sex life. And I'm also pretty kinky. Love the feeling of being desired, and I bathe in attention. which is why I started chatting with random dudes, sending them my pictures and receiving pictures of them in return. I don't know if I'd ever take it a step further and actually meet up with any of them, but some share my exact fantasies and I just long for them to become true, I guess. Let's just stop here because I've heard enough. Listen, my advice is simple. If you don't really love your boyfriend, leave him. But at the same time, you've already initiated contact with other men, sending them nudes of yourself and then getting nudes in return. So you're doing dirty stuff already behind your boyfriend's back. You don't love him. If you loved your boyfriend, you would actually be there for him. You'll be there, like the Jackson 5 song, I'll be there, or Mariah Carey said, any one of them. But you would have been there for your boyfriend. But instead, you're making up excuses, you're not telling lies. You know what I mean? Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. You're doing all of that. And you think this is acceptable. It's not acceptable. Do you know what I mean? How about you decide to tell your boyfriend the truth? Because your boyfriend needs to know what a scumbag you are. Because let's be honest, your behavior is scummy. Do you know what I mean? You're going behind his back and then you're sending news to different mans. If you two were on some kink fest whole reality situation where it's like, well, we both know what it is, we're both gonna play the field while still stay with each other, all right, whatever. But he doesn't know shit about this, and you decide to go behind his back and do this. You're wrong for that, miss. You're absolutely wrong. Do you know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, the guy does need to get his confidences and go and then sext another gal, and then you can't say jack to him, to be honest. Maybe he's thinking the same thing about you, that sex with you is probably vanilla. That's why he can't communicate with you, because maybe he sees what you're on and he thinks that you're full of shit. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, my advice is simple. Go and tell your boyfriend the truth, because number one, you've already started cheating. You know what I mean? When you've started sending news to a different man. And that's just it. The moment you start to send naked pictures to someone else, you're in that transition of doing the creeping stuff. You're creeping around in bushes, Homer Simpson settings. You're doing all of that. So let's not act and pretend like this is fine. It's not fine, and you know it's not fine. So you know that you're doing something wrong. So go and tell him, yeah? And if you're not happy with the life that you are having with him, the whole fornication thing, then just move on. Say, listen, it's got to be dead. It's got to be over. Or just be honest with him and say, listen, I want to explore different things in this relationship. If he doesn't wish to, then just move on. Do you know what I mean? Like the Tayo Cruz song, I can't wait till you're gone away, 'cause then I can move on. Wait till you are gone. So that's my advice. It's as simple as plain as day. Stop fucking around. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's it for my advice, guys. But what did you think of that? You can put your comments below on that one, on the game as well, or keep them to yourself. With that, we're going to move forward now to talk the FA Cup semi-final. Let's get into that. Obviously, you know, the people who have been living under a rock, the FA Cup semi-final did take place. Obviously, I did forget last week to do my predictions on them, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. At the end, it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to get into the semi-finals on who won and who didn't and all of that. So let's get into that. Semi-finals of the FA Cup. Crystal Palace 3, Aston Villa 0. Nottingham Forest 0, Man City 2. Which means obviously Crystal Palace will meet Man City in the final on the 17th of May. Listen, I was rooting for Nottingham Forest and they let me down. Do you know what I mean? I wanted Nottingham Forest to beat City, but they didn't. So I didn't watch the game, so I can't really give you much analysis on that. All I've got to say is that Nottingham Forest, you bottled it. It's just as simple as that. You bottled it. You had a chance at home. Well, it was in Wembley, wasn't it? Yeah, they probably do need to stop those ties, actually, semi-finals happening at Wembley. I do feel that they should be on the home turf of the team that gets drawn first, which actually kind of takes the piss, because if it was in Nottingham Forest's ground, it could have been a different story. Do you know what I mean? But I think they've set this up for City, to be honest. So City are going to meet Palace in the final. Hopefully Palace can be the ones to beat them, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. I'm going to say that City are going to win that one. probably 3-1 City on the final. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, Palace beating Villa was a bit of a shock, to be honest. Didn't see that coming. Yeah, crazy. You know, the fact of the matter is that they've gone to a final for the first time. I don't know how long, but they've done it. So big up to Palace in a way. But I thought Villa were going to be the team to beat them, but they didn't. So it proves sometimes that Premier League results don't matter. Sometimes when it's a cup competition, anything can happen. And hopefully anything can happen in the Arsenal game, which we'll touch on very soon. So, but yeah, man, big up to Palace getting to their first final in how many years. Hopefully they go one step further and actually win this. I don't bank on them doing it, but hopefully they do somehow, some way. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that for the FA Cup. We're now going to move forward now to obviously touch on Kevin De Bruyne. So Kevin De Bruyne obviously will be leaving Man City at the end of the season. I did forget to touch on that last week, so we'll touch on it now. It obviously is a sad time for the people who obviously are Kevin De Bruyne fans. Which, listen, I'm someone of an admirer of him, pause. Do you know what I mean? I do see Kevin De Bruyne as that guy who knows how to play football, was very instrumental in the game, especially for City, you know what I mean? Doing their championship runs and how crucial he was to that period of time, especially during their treble winning run as well. He was very crucial to it. So, and 6 Premier League championships he's won as well. You know what I mean? How many FA Cups too, and Charity Shields and all of that. So, you know, he's going to be a legend for City, 100%, you know what I mean? But obviously he's going to be a miss to the Premier League too. So happy. I don't think he's retiring. I think he obviously would leave and maybe go to Saudi Arabia or potentially MLS. But good luck to him in his journeys. He will be missed in the Premier League, that's for sure, you know what I mean? He definitely is a Premier League legend for me. So yeah, man, good luck to him. And obviously Jamie Vardy too. He's going to be leaving as well. Leicester at the end of the season as well. So good luck to Vardy as well, wherever he decides to go and play. Potentially it could be Saudi as well, could be MLS, could be a team in the Championship, you know. But yeah, we wait and see, I guess, what happens. But good luck to both of them. Cool. With that, we're obviously now going to come into Premier League. But before that, obviously, Liverpool have been crowned champions of the Premier League after beating Tottenham 5-1 on the day. So congratulations to them. You know what I mean? They've deserved it. They've been the best team this season. They've got the results they needed to get. And, you know, they've done what they need to do, the business end and that. I didn't watch the celebrations. I didn't watch the game. I knew they'd beat them, to be honest. I didn't really give Tottenham a cat in hell's chance because Tottenham are Tottenham. You know what I mean? But, listen, congratulations to them. It's been Liverpool's year, Arne Slot's first season, and he's come in and he's absolutely done a madness. So what more can I say on that? Do you know what I mean? As an Arsenal fan, it's absolutely gutting, to be honest, in a way, that we haven't really progressed yet again from this place of being second for like 2 seasons in a row, and then potentially again coming second or third. You know, if we end up bottling second, then it could be Nottingham Forest or one of those other teams that snatch it from us. Yeah, but we have a final to look forward to, a semi-final to look forward to, and hopefully we can progress from there. But it's a gutting feeling still. But congratulations to Liverpool. Congratulations to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, let's get on to the Premier League results and all of that. For what happened of the matches. So let's get on to predicting that. Well, my recap on them. So Man City 2, Aston Villa 1. Arsenal 2, Palace 2. Chelsea 1, Everton 0. Wolves 3, Leicester City 0. Newcastle 3, Ipswich Town 0. Brighton 3, West Ham 2. Southampton 1, Fulham 2. Bournemouth 1, Man United 1. Liverpool 5, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Nottingham Forest and Brentford are to play on Thursday, the 1st of May at 7:30 p.m. I'll predict that game, because it's close and I can do that. So I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest answering back, I'm going to go a very tight, probably entertaining game, to be honest. 3-2, Nottingham Forest. All right, so City beating Villa. Again, is a bit of shock. But City were at home, so expected to be honest. Arsenal drawing against Palace. I think, listen, big mistake at the back by Saliba. Big mistake, which allowed Mateta to score that wonderful chipped goal. So congratulations to Palace, and Palace again going to the final, obviously, of the FA Cup. So congratulations to them on that. Chelsea 1-0 winners against Everton. Nicholas Jackson with the goal. So, it gives them that push for top 4 still. They're in contentions for that. Wolves beating Leicester City is self-explanatory, really. Leicester City more than confirmed for relegation, and Wolves obviously battered them. So Newcastle as well battering Ipswich Town. Again, 2 teams, Leicester and Ipswich, that are confirmed relegation. Why couldn't they just fight harder? Do you know what I mean? Throughout the season, they could have fought harder, and then Tottenham could have been in this situation. Tottenham could have been relegated. Think of Tottenham Hotspurs could have been on the verge of relegation. Do you know what I mean? If these teams actually fought a bit more. Man. But yeah, Brighton 3-2 against West Ham. It's a good win for them. Fulham beating Southampton. Late goal was for Fulham that confirmed the win against Southampton. Would have been a bit embarrassing though if they didn't beat Southampton. Everybody's beaten, to be honest. I think apart from 2 teams. So, they got wins against 2 teams, I believe it is. But Southampton have been one of the worst teams in the Premier League this season. Do you know what I mean? I think, where are they on? Like, they're not even reached 10 points here, have they? Pathetic. But yeah, Bournemouth 1, Man United 1. Didn't watch the game, but a late goal I heard by Rasmus Højlund, which saved their skins. And obviously Liverpool confirmed champions, 5-1 against Tottenham. Tottenham is shit as well. Do you know what I mean? So why couldn't they get relegated? I would have loved it. I would have loved it. It's Kevin Keegan. Loved it if they got relegated. Loved it. Do you know what I mean? Scum. But anyways, we move forward now to touch on Arsenal ladies. So big up to the ladies then. They did their thing. They beat Lyon 4-1 on the day. When they were 2-1 behind from the home leg at Emirates, they went and won 4-1 at Lyon's pitch and got through to the final. Big up to the Galda, man. Alessia Russo, I think, I've forgotten the midfield, Magdalena, I believe I may have said it wrong, but big up to her. She scored an absolute banger. The Galdem doing their thing, man, and big up to them getting to the final. Not an easy team to beat as well, Lyon. They've won this competition multiple times, Women's Champions League. So, I think a lot of us weren't giving them really a cat and house chance to get through, but they went and done their thing, man. They beat them. Lyon haven't lost, I think, a league game at home this season, and I think they haven't been beaten at home in 2 years or something like that. So it's crazy. It's a crazy stand. The Gelden were the Arsenal ladies were the first ones to go and do that. So big up the Gelden. Do you know what I mean? 4-1 on the day to beat them is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Especially with the talent that Lyon team have. Basha, do you know what I mean? Diani, the striker they've got up front as well, Henberg. So big up to them, man. They went and absolutely done the job. So really impressive by the Gelden. Really impressive. Hopefully they can go one step further and win that final. But it's against Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? They got Atana Bonmati, who's a great player. It's going to be very difficult, but hopefully the Gelden can come through. Do you know what I mean? And come through and surprise everyone. They're going to be underdogs against Barcelona. No doubt about that. But hopefully they can prevail and come through. And we can get them in there and the men's hopefully too, doing the same thing exactly. But big up to the Gelden once again. All right. We're going to move forward now to obviously talk about the all had to be the champion. Yeah, I know it's a poor whistle, but it is what it is. We're obviously going to touch now on the Champions League. matches that's going to be happening. So, obviously, after Arsenal's heroics against Real Madrid, which shocked everyone, I'm guessing Declan Rice with 2 bangers, and obviously going there and beating them 2-1 on the day as well. You know, it's going to be a tough test for us against PSG tomorrow. So I do think we'll win the first leg. So I'm going to go with Arsenal winning 2-1 on the first leg. Barcelona against Inter Milan. This is on Wednesday, 30th April, 8 p.m. I'm going to go... This can go either way, to be honest. Barcelona are strong at home. So I think Barcelona would just edge it. I'm going to go 2-1 Barcelona. But I think Inter will make it very difficult for them. 100%. The second leg, Inter Milan versus Barcelona. This is on Tuesday, 6th of May. I'm going to go for... I think it could be an Inter win. I'm going to go the reverse leg 2-1 Inter. But I think it go to a extra time. I think Barcelona could have enough quality just to get through. So I think at extra time, potentially Barcelona may score a goal, which can put them through. So I'm going to go 2-2 final score, but 2-1, but after extra time, 2-2, which will see Barcelona going through on the tie. PSG versus Arsenal, Wednesday, 7th May, second leg. Obviously, I said 2-1, first leg to Arsenal. I see a draw here, to be honest. I hope it's a draw. I'm going to go 1-1, and I'm going to go Arsenal, obviously progressing through the first game, winning 2-1. So Arsenal overall going through, but draw on the night, 1-1. So 3-2 in aggregate. Hoping. It's a hope more than anything, to be honest, because I'm not... Going to PSG's ground is going to be difficult, but hopefully we can win the first leg. But that's my predictions. I think it's going to be a draw in the second leg. But that's it, guys. What are your thoughts? So my final would be Barcelona against Arsenal. And who do I think is going to win that? I have to hope in some sort of way, even though my head is telling me we're not going to do it, I'm going to hope, I'm going to pray that somehow we get through the semi-final leg, and somehow if it's Barcelona in that final, we beat them. Somehow, penalties, I don't care, as long as we win it. So I'm going to go Arsenal winning on penalties. Let's just go with that. Or starting in the extra time, penalties. I'm going to go Arsenal winning on penalties. That's it. And that's my thoughts and my predictions for the Champions League. But what do you guys think? You can put your comments below on that one, or keep them to yourself. With that, we're going to move forward now to just touch on Eubank versus Benn. So obviously, I didn't watch the fight yesterday. Not yesterday, it was on Saturday, sorry. I didn't watch the fight. Busy day. Had a lot of things to do. Played football. Had to get my recordings in for something else. So I was pretty busy on that day, so I couldn't really watch it. But obviously I would watch the whole thing probably today or tomorrow just to check it out. But my word's not coming out right. But I heard it was a good fight. I heard it was good. Listen, Eubank coming out with his father, I think surprised a lot of people. I saw the clips as well. Brilliant, obviously, to respond in that way and bring his father out when there probably were problems, and showing that they're going to be united on this front to back him in his corner of this fight. So it was good to see, man. And listen, big up to Eubank for winning that fight. As I said, I didn't watch it, so I don't know more what to tell you on it. But what I heard, it was a very close fight. Some people think Benn was robbed. Some people think Eubank outclassed him. I'll have to watch the fight and judge that for myself. But big up to them for putting on display. You know, the fathers, obviously, we know they had animosity from their rivalry when they faced each other. So, yeah, man. Big up to Eubank for winning that one. All right. Well, now we're going to move forward now to touch on the Europa League. So why is the Europa League last? Well, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it's the Europa League. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But let's get on to my predictions for the semi-finals, the first leg, which is going to be happening on Thursday, 1st of May. Athletic Club are going to be taking on Man United. I'm going to go for Athletic Club winning this one. 3-1 Athletic Club on the night, beating Man United. Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt, which is on the same day. Tottenham are going to win this one, unfortunately. I think it'd be a tight one, though, still. I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham Hotspurs. And the semi-final, second leg, Man United versus Athletic Club. I do see Man United winning on the day, somehow, but I think it's not going to be a tight one. I think Man United will win 2-1 on the night. Athletic Club will go through on aggregate, so Man United win 2-1 on the night, Athletic Club going through. So that's my predictions on that. Bodo Glimt versus Tottenham. I would hope Bodo Glimt do a job, man. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Bodo Glimt. I think the atmosphere could get to Tottenham. Yeah, listen, they did it in Frankfurt, but this one could be a step too far for Tottenham. So I'm going to go 2-0 Bodo Glimt, with Bodo Glimt going through overall on aggregate. So, and the final should be Athletic Club against Bodo Glimt. I'm going to go for Athletic Club winning that one. I'm going to go a 2-1 on the night for Athletic Club. And that's my winners of the Europa League, Athletic Club. But that's that, guys. That's my thoughts and my predictions in the Europa League. What's your predictions and thoughts on that? Eubank versus Benn as well. Did you guys see it? And the Arsenal ladies going through to the final. You can put your comments below on that one. Keep to yourself on that. We've come to the end of the podcast, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for your time. Big yourselves up. I mean, season watchers, first time watchers, thank you for your time. And if you're feeling this episode, the previous episodes, or anything on the Randy Prizzle channel, you know what to do below. All of that below. So big yourselves up. You know we usually do it when we finish. Peace, love, uni, have fun. And you're either all in or clear out.